Hey, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great. First of all, thank you for the interview. It's an honor,
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I'd love to do this.
and I read that you've been in the wrestling industry for 15 years now.
Yeah,
So, so how did you get into the whole wrestling business?
man. When I was a kid, I grew up. Oh, my hair.
It's okay. It's
You
okay.
didn't see that. When I grew up as a kid, I went to the sportatorium with my mom a lot. She was a big wrestling fan, so I
Okay.
got introduced to it very early on, probably pretty much as soon as I was born.
Ooh,
So I always watched it, and then played video games growing up all the time. Always playing, SmackDown or Raw or WrestleMania,
okay.
WrestleFest. I played with all those, and so one day I was just like, I'm kind of tired of just playing the video game. I want to see if I can do it myself. So I found a school through Craigslist of all things, and
Wow.
yeah, that place was called MPX. It still runs today, a weekly show now
Oh
uh,
wow.
in
Okay.
the Dallas area, ran by Athena and her husband Matthew Palmer. So that's how I kind of got started in the wrestling industry. Was pretty much Craigslist.
Jeez. Okay. Nice. So I noticed that you have two championships right now.
I have a few. Two main ones that I have right now would be the NWA Texas
Yeah,
Championship and the new Texas Pro Lone Star Champion
yeah.
uh, as well. And then I'm also one half of the Inspire Pro Twin Dragon Tag Team Champions alongside Killer Cash. Um, and that one right there is the Lit Wrestling for Lit Wrestling in Arkansas. It is the Nuck If You Buck Championship, and
Okay.
that was the previous holder to that was actually Jacob Fatu.
Oh, really? Jacob Fatu.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay. Man. Those are some big names.
very much so. Yeah,
So I noted that uh, you're based out of Houston, Texas.
correct. Yeah, I've been here for the last 7 years. I grew up in the Dallas area, lived in Austin
Okay.
for a little bit, but been here for a while.
Yeah, dude. I used to live in Houston, Texas, also. So,
Oh, which side?
oh, do you know where Sugarland is?
Yeah, I live just north of that, and I'm in the West Chase, A-Leaf area, so I'm like
Yeah.
just north of that.
No. So yeah, but I heard that they're bringing that all the territories back in Texas for wrestling.
So we have really a lot of shows here, but in the NWA, they're bringing back the territory system in their
Hmm.
own version of it. Texas has, we have NWA Texas, then you have Exodus Pro with EC3 is the guy who runs that show, but it's also a territory over there. WLW under Trevor Murdoch, you got NWA Chicago, Duke City in New Mexico. It's growing slowly. And I think if these territories really take off, you might see, every state have one.
Man, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So I know that with the you're the very first NWA Texas champion.
Yes, for this current era, the Billy Corgan Lightning One era is what they refer to it as. So I'm the inaugural NWA Texas champion.
With that championship, you have to defend it only in NWA Texas, or can you defend it in any other promotion?
I've been told that I can defend it in other promotions as long as those promotions help promote the NWA name as well, and then those places, obviously we have to get approved, but once it's approved, I can go. I believe in Michigan, I'm going, and on August 8th in Michigan, I'll be defending it at Impulse Wrestling Organization up in, I think it's Sparta, Michigan.
Hmm. And who are you defending it against?
Oh, let me look. It's a fatal four-way match.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, let me look that 1 second because I
So
want to get the names wrong.
So you don't have to get pinned to lose.
What's that?
You don't have to get pinned to get loose.
Right, absolutely. I can lose
Oh,
to
yeah.
either, Eric Taylor, Jack Serious, and Dex Royal are my three opponents for that Fatal
Okay.
4 up in Michigan.
Have you wrestled it before?
I'm sorry that?
Have you wrestled any of them before?
No, I'll be my first time wrestling for the state of Michigan,
Oh,
and
wow.
any of those
Uh,
wrestlers, I believe they're all mostly East Coast guys, so it'll be the first time
mhm.
I've gotten to tie up with those guys.
I know you are in the Texas territory, but do you ever go to like New York, California, anywhere that is independent wrestling?
I've done California. It's been a while since I did California because it was probably before COVID that I was like really out there. I believe I did go back once in 2022 or 23, but it's been a minute. And then I do go to Vegas from time to time and work with Versus Pro
Mm-hmm.
while I'm out there. I do Louisiana, Arkansas. I'll be going to New York City for NWA 77. That's a big event, so I have to be there for that. Absolutely, I'm the territory champion. I got to show up for that. Um, I've wrestled at the Monster Factory in the New Jersey area, and
Ooh.
I've done it in the past, but it's been one of those things where it's I believe the hard part for me was getting into that East Coast scene because they have such great talent up there.
And I gotta ask this: How did you how did you come up with the ring name Izzy James?
So when I started working for Booker T, I had a ring name that I had gone by since I started in 2010. I was going by Gregory James, and James is my real last name.
Okay.
So in 2018, 2019, I started working for Booker, and he had a habit of changing your wrestling name for his characters. So I was already doing a dark character. He renamed me Isaiah, which I was fine with because biblically I was doing a kind of a dark character based on that, so it works
Okay.
out. Um, and so then I started using that for a little while. COVID hit right after that, so I was
Ooh,
only under
yeah.
that name for like a little bit. And when COVID hit, I was like, you know what, I'm going to change my name, change my whole look and everything that I'm doing because I feel like I'm kind of done doing this dark thing. So it was a time to revamp, and I came up with Izzy as a street name for Isaiah.
Okay.
So it's Izzy's a punk rock kid from the streets of Houston, so way different than the biblical
Yeah.
character. So I had to give him a cool name, and I'm a huge Ozzy fan, Iggy Pop. I'm a big music person, so
Okay.
most everything I've done has been literally every character that I've ever come up with. You whether it was the dark character or this character, they've always been music based.
So let me ask you: Do you like playing a heel or do you like playing a baby face?
I really enjoy heel work. It's so fun, but I think I have
Okay.
more fun as a baby face. I get to do a few things that just I get to put a little bit more energy into them, and it's really a lot of fun. But when I do get to be a bad guy and get that crowd to really hate me and throw things at me, that's always a pretty good feeling. You know, you're doing really good at your
Oh yeah,
job.
yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah, and I noticed that you did decent matches for WWE and AEW.
Yes, yes. 2018, September of 2018, I wrestled on Monday Night Raw against AOP. Fun fact, the tag partner that I had in that match is actually one of my best friends. His name's Barrett Brown. That him and I started around the same time.
Okay.
That's like my younger brother, so that was a really great experience to have him as my partner. And then I did three matches, I believe, for AEW. First one was a trios match where it
Mm-hmm.
was me, Chandler Hopkins, and Cam Cole versus the Gun Club. And the second one was a tag match, me and Clayton Bloodstone versus Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. And then the latest one was working with the legend, the TNT champion now, Mr. Dustin Rhodes.
Wow.
and that was probably like a full circle moment because I got to see Dustin Rhodes when I was a little baby, at the Sportatorium. I got to see him there, so like you know,
Jeez.
really cool.
So how did the opportunity come up to wrestle for WWE and AEW?
You just kind of get put in the system. Eventually, one day you're given the chance to have their contacts as far as you want to work extra work. You're trying to see what you can do with the company, and
Mm-hmm.
I did it a few times. I think that was I was well into like five or sixth time that I had done extra work possibly, and I got Athena's one of my early mentors. She was working there at the time, so she was there to be able to tell me the right things to do and say to kind of help guide that to happen. Drake Maverick is also somebody that I got to work with on the independent scene, so
Mm-hmm.
I was there myself and Barrett. We just kind of ended up being the right guys at the right time. So
Man.
they were really really nice guys to work with until they kicked me right in the head.
But you did work for both of the major companies.
Mhm.
What are the difference between WWE and AEW backstage?
Um, I'd have to say they're very similar. They have a lot, structurally, as far as like day to day stuff, it's kind of the same. It's a little bit more lax in some of the places like AEW where I know a lot of the people that are working there, like Brian Cage, Lance Archer, Athena, Billy Starks. The list goes on and on. I worked with a lot of those people on the independent, so they it's like walking in and seeing my friends. It's easy to kind of like converse with those people, but also you're dressed, like you're trying to get a job, business casual. WWE is a little bit more, suit jacket. Just different strokes for different folks, but it's either way. I've always had a good experience working backstage with both of those companies.
So did they offer you a tryout at least or no?
Not necessarily. There was a chance to have a tryout match before. I think this was actually after I had done the AOP thing. I
Okay.
had done extra work again, but they wanted to do another tryout match. But there was a situation where the doctor and the booking, the scout were not at the ring at the same time. One would be there, then the other one would be missing, and then they'd go to find him, and then all of a sudden it's the opposite. So it didn't work out. But that was just like the one time that it did have a almost happened.
Uh, and then I think I heard an announcement by you on a different podcast that you are going to go over to Japan.
That has been in the talks for the last about 10 months. We've been talking about that with me and my connections for that. It was going to be at the end of September. I think that still might be the case. I haven't had the flights confirmed just yet, though.
And is it with New Japan or is it with Noah or is it with some other?
It's with another third party company. It's going to be with, I believe it's going to be with Dragon Gate and possibly a visit to Kyushu Pro, which is ran by Tajiri.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
okay.
those are the two that were offered to for my trip. So I just have to figure out if that's. Hopefully, those are great. Those are the ones because those are some great options to wrestle with those companies would be dream come true. Absolutely.
Oh, man, that would be awesome. What about? Can you take the belts over to Japan too, or no?
That's gonna be the first question. Is can I take this NWA title? Can I
Yeah,
get the new Texas LoneStar with me, just so I can say, hey, I
yeah.
got it.
And what is your signature move in the ring, like a finisher?
The finishing move that I use is something called the snake bite. It's a move where I bounce off the bottom rope, kind of like how TJP sticks in that little Spider-Man kind of pose.
Yeah, yeah.
Similarly, but instead of sticking, I bounce, step into a Trouble in Paradise Enziguri kick to the head. Super cool move that I was just kind of messing around with the ropes one day and came up with it. I have to credit my buddy Smiley Lucha up in the East Coast area for showing me the rebound, uh, the way he bounces. Um, there's that one, and then I have a move called the Seek and Destroy Lariat. It's a
Mhm.
disc lariat where I do it into the turnbuckle. So you're trapped in the turnbuckle, and I hit the disc.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. So in your 15-year career, have you had like a major injury? Something went wrong?
Mostly flesh wounds. I've had I broke my nose one time. It was
Okay.
the table had flipped over and hit me in the face. That was a long time ago, like 2017, maybe 18.
Okay.
And then I've had mostly, some concussions here and there as things go. I've had 12 staples in my head. I've had five here and seven in the back from
Ooh.
really bad chair shots. Things that I
Ooh.
did in my early days that I definitely won't do these days. So I've had a few, but nothing that's actually like taken me out of action for longer than a month.
So, would you rather get hit by a chair or would you rather go through a table?
Probably a table. Those
Yeah,
chairs really hurt. Depends on who's swinging that chair too.
I heard that most wrestlers like to go through a table than getting hit by a chair.
Well, it's a really cool visual for sure.
Yes, it is. So, what kind of matches have you had in your career? Any street
Oh,
fight,
how many or what kind?
like a street fight match or a
I've definitely
table match?
I've definitely done a list of different types of matches. Regular standard match, submissions, Iron Man, last man standings, bull rope, dog collar, death matches. I've done a few death matches, but I don't really do them that often. I have to be comfortable with who is
Yeah,
going to be standing across from
of
me,
course.
and comfortable with the things that I'm going to do as far as what weapons I'm cool with, because it's a very dangerous sport to do,
Yes, it is.
just without the weapons. So, uh, one of my favorite matches I've ever had, though, I would have to say was a Good Housekeeping death match. It was me versus my wife, and
Wait, your wife is a wrestler too?
yeah, she hasn't wrestled in a minute because she's been working on some other projects, but she is soon to make a comeback. We had a match. This was probably 23, 22, and the whole premise of the match, 2021, I believe. Anyways, the whole match was built up based on a promo that we did where I wouldn't do the laundry, or I lied saying that I did the laundry. She was a dark character that didn't speak because she wore a lucha mask, and the whole character was basically that she had her mouth sewn shut. So she didn't speak, and everything she did was with her eyes. And so it was a really fun promo, and it built up to the Good Housekeeping death match, which you can find that on my YouTube.
But how was it wrestling your own wife?
It was really fun, and I would suggest watching the match. She hit me real hard with a broomstick.
Oh God!
She got me real good in the ribs. She was out to prove that she could swing just as hard as I could swing.
So what happened after you got home?
I did the laundry.
I would have too.
Yeah,
So,
I did the laundry and the dishes.
so in your career, can you name like a big star that you wrestled that everybody would know?
I think one of the biggest stars, mostly everybody would know, would be Matt Hardy. I got to wrestle Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara in a triple threat match, 2016, I believe it was, somewhere in the middle of Texas. The show that we wrestled on does not exist anymore, unfortunately, but
Okay.
you can find that match also on my YouTube. Just look up. I believe I was under the name Gregory James at the time. Yes, I was still Gregory James. So it's on my YouTube. You'll see the screenshot of the three of us.
I would definitely go watch that.
Yeah, yeah. I would say I would. I'm a big fan of that match.
And if you can book a dream match for you, who would you love to wrestle in a dream match?
Oh man, a dream match. Oh man, I have to say, if I could wrestle Kazuchika Okada,
Oh,
actually, let me change my answer. Will Ospreay. If I could wrestle Will Ospreay,
oh,
either one of those. I'm a big real Will Ospreay fan.
oh
Just
yeah,
what he
me
can
too.
do. I'm not able to do the things he can do, so I would love to see what I can blend with him, or Kazuchika Okada, because both of those men are just amazing athletes.
Man, that is awesome, man. That is awesome. Right now, wrestling is hard because we have all these wrestling shows. We have Monday Night Raw, Tuesday night NXT, Wednesday Dynamite. Do you keep up with those shows on TV? Do you watch it or?
I do watch. No, I don't watch everything just because there's so much content out there, and I have not only do I wrestle, but I have a business that I help run. So I have
Mhm.
other things I have to occupy my time
Yeah,
with. I do actually have Monday Night Raw on right now. I think it's still going
I do
on,
too.
and so the wife's watching it while I'm doing this for you, and
Uh,
then I watch NWA on X on Tuesdays at 6:05. About to switch over to the Roku channel. Uh, we just got a new partnership with them. That's also going to
wow,
be on Tuesday nights. That starts July 29th. And then I'll watch the AEW pay-per-views. I don't get to watch the episodes, so I'll do more like recaps before I watch those. And any kind of like WWE pay-per-view, I try to stay in tune with the current products.
so let me ask you a question. You know the whole thing between WWE and our truth. Did, did you think that would work, or do you think that was real life where he got released and the fans wanted it back?
It's tough to tell. They did if it is all set up to be the story, then they did a really good job of doing so. If it's organic, then that's even cooler because that just means that this current, uh, the current bosses at WWE are listening to the fans, and hearing the fans and listening to them. I as it was happening, I remember I was at a show and somebody asked me what I thought about it, and I gave a prediction of what I thought was going to happen from that point forward, and it happened. And
Okay.
they happen in order the way I thought they were going to happen so far. I've predicted at least uh, two or three of the things that were going to happen. So we'll see how it ends. But I have a feeling it's gonna continue to the end of the year with him and John Cena.
Also, yeah, so that was going to be my next question. Do you think that WWE might put the title belt on Truth?
Ooh, that is a great question. Honestly, I would love to see that. Do I do I think that they'll do it? I'm 50-50 on that. I want to say yes and I want to say no just because you never really know, but I do think that he will do something in order I believe he's going to sacrifice himself as a bad guy to save John Cena from going full, you
Oh,
know,
really?
full Sith Lord on everybody.
Because I was talking to one of my friends about this. My prediction was at the end of the year, our Truth wins the title, but he's going to lose it in about 2 seconds to Seth Rollins to cash in the, brief, the briefcase.
Yeah, that's a good point. That would be the ultimate buzzkill, and that's what they're doing with Seth Rollins right now. Is they're making him the ultimate bad guy again.
Yeah.
Uh, they're
Yeah.
doing a great job of doing that. Um, so I would be here for it as far as storytelling goes, but I would love to see just as a huge R-Truth fan. I'd love to see him have at least one title defense.
And wasn't Archer a NWA champion also?
Correct. He was during the NWA TNA early days.
Yeah.
He
So,
was the NWA World Champion at the time. It was just such a cool accolade.
oh yeah. So is there any plan for you to make it to the main NWA roster instead of the Texas?
That is certainly something that am pursuing. Are those talks happening? I cannot necessarily say yes or no, but
Yeah.
it is something that I would absolutely be very happy to look at the contracts if they're coming my way.
Oh, cool, cool. And when I looked at your Instagram page, there was one real where I saw you and EC3.
Yeah.
So how did you guys get together or meet like that?
So the video you're talking about is a segment that I do called Six Songs, where I
Hmm.
talk about music. I do it with pretty much anybody that's willing to sit down and talk with me.
Oh
I've done it
wow.
with
Okay.
Knight from New Japan, AEW. I've done it with Heath Slater. EC3 was one of them. And it's just kind of like a rapid fire kind of thing where I ask you three songs or tell me three songs you're listening to, like a hype song, a guilty pleasure, and an oldie but a goodie. And I was doing an NWA event in January, and I just walked up to him and I asked him if he would do it for me, and he said absolutely. I think he just expected me to like pull up my phone and just be like that. But I use my phone, but I have a whole like thing that holds it steady and
Okay. Yeah.
microphones, and he was like, "Oh, you put some work into this," and I was like, "Yeah, I can't do. I'm not one of those people that can just half-ass something."
Yeah. That's cool. That is cool. Yeah. I have two more questions, and I'll let you go.
Oh, right on.
The independent wrestling scene is on fire right now.
Right.
Who would you put on the Mount Rushmore of the Indies,
Good
including you,
question.
including you?
Hmm. Man, Mount Rushmore. I've never heard anybody ask Mount Rushmore of Indies. I think right now Manders has to be on there. Manders is real hot right now. Uh, Indies. Masada, I would probably put Masada just because he's been one of those indie guys he's been everywhere, but he was one of those dudes that just kind of always got put in death matches because he was really good at it, but he can really wrestle. Uh, a great technical match. Him and gosh, Matt Cardona. Matt
Yeah, I was
Cardona's
gonna ask you about it.
Matt Cardona's got to be on there, and I'd have to say, selfishly, I'd throw myself on there, but uh, I would also say Effie. I think we got the third one on.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
fourth.
Matt Cardona.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. So we got Masada, we got Matt Cardona, and the first one I forget who I said at this moment and everything with the camera. Um, but my fourth one is probably gonna have to be Effie.
Okay.
Yeah, and Manders was the other one.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I think you already told that was the first guy.
yeah, that was the first guy. So I think those are my four. Had to go with an old school
Yeah.
indie guy to put him in there, but Matt Cardona right now, after he left WWE, he's been on a
Oh yeah,
tear.
he's been
He's
everywhere.
he's done major promotions, but he's making his money on the independents, and he's doing a very good job.
And then it's the opposite question: who would you put in the pro between the AEW and WWE guy? And
Uh,
also, you can put a TNA guy in there too.
Okay. Are we talking like current roster people?
Current roster or Attitude Era?
Okay. We're gonna go Stone Cold,
Okay,
John Cena,
okay,
Kenny Omega,
okay.
and hmm, TNA. We're gonna go with AJ.
Oh, AJ Styles.
Yeah, since he represents both WWE and TNA.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And AJ's just he is phenomenal. Like the dude can
Yes,
do it
yes.
all.
What about The Undertaker?
The Undertaker, I think he's legendary. He's absolutely legendary, and there's no doubt about it. But I'm just not a big Undertaker guy. Even when I was doing the dark character, I was like I took a little bit of inspiration from the Undertaker, but it wasn't like my favorite wrestler on the card. If he
Alright.
was paired against like Shawn Michaels, I was definitely rooting for Shawn Michaels.
I think everybody was.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate the interview. Thank you so much.
Hey, I appreciate you talking with me too.
And it was a great honor to interview a multi champion.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much.
And I hope you have a great title defense in the four-way. And you better come out on top.
Oh, you know I will. That's how I'm gonna do it. One snake bite to each of them.